Greetings everyone, welcome to Curiosity. $125 billion. That's how valuable Yahoo was at its peak. That worth was way more than Ford, Chrysler, and General Motors all combined. But fun fact, it all began just as a hobby. Yahoo brought us many of the services we take for granted today, including cloud storage and setting up your own website. Yahoo was one of the first truly big names associated with the internet. They predated Google and Amazon and honestly most of the big ones. But sadly, today the name Yahoo has disappeared, consumed in the food chain that is our tech world. For Yahoo, it has been 16 years of missteps and mistakes. Here is the story of the decline of Yahoo and a few troubling facts that will help express how far they have fallen. But hey, stop! Not so fast. Before we go on with our video, why don't you take some time to subscribe to our channel? Make sure to also hit the bell icon so you can be notified every time we upload a new video. Yahoo's origin and successful moves. The Guide to the World Wide Web is not a cheap adventure. It's Yahoo's original name. In early 1994, Stanford graduates Jerry Yang and David Filo began compiling all websites that they liked into a directory. Their site separated pages into different distinct categories and subcategories. Simple, even primitive now, but back then it was a success. They went for the name Yahoo. They both even added advertisements to their website, which would be their blessing and a curse. They found investors who invested around $2 million in their business. With money in their pockets, Filo and Yang hired a management team that included Jeffrey Mallet and Tim Kugel. In the age of the internet bonanza, Yahoo showed promise and investors were interested. The IPO was a hit. Initially, the share value was $13, but by the end of the day, it increased 154%. Talking about Yahoo's successful and powerful moves, here is a list of the firsts Yahoo did, either through mergers or in-house. Yahoo's briefcase that launched in 1999 and provided cloud storage way before Dropbox and Drive. Long before Spotify and Apple Music, Yahoo launched Music in 2001. Back then, it even allowed a freemium service that means 1,000 songs per month for free, or ad-free and unlimited skips for $4 a month. It really was ahead of our time. Yahoo's downfall. Some external elements aided Yahoo's downfall, the biggest of which was the dot-com crash. After the bubble burst, Yahoo stock went from $475 pre-split value to just $8.11, that too in 9 months only. But a lot of its flaws were internal, especially in the leadership department. Remember Tim Kugel, who we have mentioned earlier? Well, he turned Yahoo into a profitable company, but he also made some major and critical mistakes. In 2008, Microsoft offered to buy Yahoo for $44.6 billion. This would have been by far the biggest acquisition either one of them had been a part of. But unfortunately, Yahoo said that they were not interested, so the deal never actually happened. We bet you can already tell where this is headed. They probably should have taken the deal, because less than 10 years later, Amazon bought Yahoo for only $4.48 billion. That is only 10% of what Microsoft was offering in 2008. Just for a quick recap of one of the worst decisions ever taken by Yahoo, they went from saying no to $44 billion in 2008 to saying yes to $4 billion in 2017. I can't imagine that anything else will depict their downfall quite as well as that. Another one in the list of bad decisions made by Yahoo was a very early one when they bought the company Broadcast.com, which was an internet radio in 1999 for the price of $5.7 billion, which all was a waste because Yahoo ended up doing hardly anything with it and shut it down just a few years later. Another bad one for Yahoo was buying GeoCities for $3.56 billion. It was just a website building service. Again, not worth the price. Well, you think they stopped there? Nope. In 2013, they bought Tumblr, the microblogging site, for over $1.1 billion. Again, a waste. Yahoo just started purchasing everything and anything just to own it, and things did not do well for them. Yahoo made very weak, half-hearted attempts to get involved in social media, but not surprisingly, they all fell short. On the other hand, we have a few acquisitions that could have been huge for Yahoo, but they turned them down. For example, owning Google. That would have been a life changer for the Yahoo owners and workers. They actually had multiple opportunities to either become heavily involved in them or just purchase them entirely. Notably, in 2002, they could have bought Google for $3 billion but refused. Now, we know that sounds like a lot of money, but knowing what we know now, that could have been the deal of the century. The fact that Yahoo could have purchased not only Google, but Google and Facebook, both with significantly less money than what they had purchased Broadcast.com for. Another reason for their downfall worth mentioning is their failure to get involved with smartphones, because that is a big part of their market that they were very late to. How about changing leaderships? It's like when a basketball team gets a new head coach every other year. They know that changes need to happen, but they just cannot get it right. Yahoo found itself changing their CEO almost every other year, most of which were heavily criticized. It is probably not the cause of the issue, but it could have made things much worse at a pivotal time. We have all heard of Alibaba Group, right? That's another company we can look at. It is a very popular Chinese e-commerce company that ships almost everything all over the world. Alibaba was bought heavily by Yahoo back in 2005. We'll admit that it was a good investment, but it never really did much to help Yahoo's core business. In fact, it became the main part of their business. Oh, we could just simply go on, but allow us to summarize things a little. Yahoo was so big in the start of their era because they were literally one of the firsts. Back in the late 90s, they even offered a free and effective way for people to spend their time on the internet. Over the years, the internet grew, and so did Yahoo. But as the competitors came, such as Google or Facebook, it did not take a long time for Yahoo to fall behind and face its own downfall that mostly happened because of their own wrong and unplanned moves. Yahoo is still around today, and it is owned by Verizon, but it will never be like it was. We guess it's fair for us to say that stronger competition, poor selection of acquisition targets, splitting their attention into too many directions and many times in the wrong directions, complicated by questionable and changing leadership, can all come together to help and explain the decline of Yahoo. Let us know in the comment section what you think of this video and your reviews on Yahoo's decline. How would you have managed it all if you were Yahoo's CEO? Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content. Also, hit the bell icon button so you'll get a notification whenever we post a new video. Your engagements really help us grow and reach a larger audience that's just as amazing at you. See you in our next video. Till then, goodbye.